The following portion of Daytime is sponsored by Lundy Koch and Martino.
Prenups can be an uncomfortable subject for couples when they're planning to get married, but it turns out they offer a lot of benefits that you may want to take advantage of before saying I do. Here to tell us more about the importance of prenups is Michael Lundy, the managing partner and family law attorney at Lundy Koch and Martino. So nice to have you here. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, okay, so let's just jump right in because prenups get such a bad rap, but you say it's a smart planning tool. Why? Explain.
Well, they get a bad rap and it's kind of unfair. They're really designed to prevent massive amounts of litigation, which can be messy and costly and time consuming. So the idea behind a prenup is to share information, understand what some of the legalities are of any marriage, and to provide for how those issues would be addressed in the event the marriage ends in divorce.
So who exactly should consider getting a prenup, even if we're not wealthy?
I mean, there are some things that just can't be addressed in a prenup, for example, child-related issues. So there is some amount of issues that are going to have to be addressed in court or by settlement at the time of a divorce, no matter what. But really, a prenup is available for just about anybody who has a relatively decent amount of income or assets, because it's a way, again, of just avoiding the fight that can often happen in a divorce case over those issues.
Okay, and you mentioned that children can't be included in a prenup, obviously, but what are some of the things, the details that can be included?
So things like how we're going to divide up property, alimony issues, what happens if somebody passes away during the marriage, and then, of course, all the other things that go on financially, so to speak, if there is ultimately a divorce.
Okay, can a prenup still help protect the children in the long run if children do become part of the marriage?
Yeah, I mean, you could have some provisions that provide financial terms for children, such as, setting up college funds or other trust or estate planning vehicles. But as it relates to custody types of issues, you really have to deal with that at the time of the divorce, because those things are governed by something called the best interests of the child standard. And the best interests of a child can really only be assessed in real time. So we can't have an agreement today that's going to provide for what happens 12 years from now as it relates to our children, because we don't know what's going to be best for them at that time.
Gotcha. Now, a little bit back to the first question about how it gets a bad rep. It's also just an awkward conversation to have. Does a law firm help out with just navigating some of that?
So it's awkward, and it is about the least romantic type of conversation you can have as you're preparing for, for a wedding. Oftentimes we tell people to get way out in front of this. So if it's something that's going to be important to you to have, you really want to do this way in advance of a wedding. You don't want to be talking about this even 2 or 3 months before your wedding, because that's when everybody should be experiencing, the excitement of what's to come, and not talking about legal terms in the event of a divorce.
Yeah, a delicate balance between saying yes in the proposal and long before the I do.
Yes.
All right. Michael Lundy, thank you so much for being here with us today. And for more information, you can visit olderlundylaw.com or call the number there on your screen. It's 813-254-8998. Daytime will be right back.
The preceding portion of Daytime was sponsored by Lundy Koch and Martino.